everyone. If you're seeing this message on this particular day, it means that there is something very, very important that you need to know. So I'm going to be sharing that with you, and we're going to have a look. And I also just wanted to mention that if this resonates with you, please do like, comment down below, and do subscribe, because I feel like you being here is not a coincidence. It is spiritually aligned to you, and there is always a reason sometimes as to why, you just click on a reading or you come back, and you want to watch, because there is always something that is pulling us towards things, There's a reason for it. So let's have a look. Let's see what's coming through, and I'm gonna basically share everything I see. Okay, so I think that this is quite an urgent message, so we'll just rush right into things, because I think sometimes we do have to, rush certain things, and we do have to make sure that it happens in order to get on the right train. Okay, so we have here the Strength card, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Wands. There is strong fire. What did I say? Urgent and rush equals fire. So there is a very strong energy with the Strength card, no pun intended, but basically the Strength card here represents the fact that, you are a very, very strong-willed person. You are also a very, very thoughtful person, very inquisitive in nature, and you always do get things done. You are not a lazy person, you are not a rude person, and especially today, the main thing here is to let go of fear. Okay, so the Strength card here is really showing that there are still certain things you think about in relation to your past that you think to yourself, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I said this, I wish I had been a bit more like this, or I wish I had just been a little bit more open or a little bit more understanding. And the truth of the matter here is that Spirit is saying today, let it go. Let it go. Why? Because you are replaying in your mind constantly, okay, with the infinity symbol, you're constantly replaying something that is taking up spiritual energy of today, which happened yesterday, or happened the day before, or happened in the past. You are replaying something that is a part of the past. And at some point, you would have taken that same action, okay? Because I do believe here that you feel very, very guilty or frustrated in relation to something you may have said or done. But the truth of the matter here is that what you're not looking at is the fact that someone else took an action towards you that made you give that kind of response. And now you're sad about your response, but what you're not looking at is the action that this person took towards you. And that is really, really important. And that is why letting go of this is very important, because you're tormenting yourself over an action you took based on someone who really didn't do something nice towards you, right? And you're tormenting yourself over how someone treated you when they should have done a hell of a lot better, okay? I'm going to say that person should have done so much better towards you and should have treated you with so much love and so much respect, and they didn't, right? They literally didn't. They treated you like an afterthought. And with the Two of Swords here, you feel like an afterthought, but that's not who you are. You're taking quite literally things that this person said to you, and you're quite literally believing that you are not worthy, or you're too emotional, or you're too sensitive, or whatever they said to you. If they said that you were worthless or you were useless, you are literally telling yourself those words and believing it, because you put so much emphasis on that person that you literally believe that whatever they are saying is correct when it's not. And then you are starting to have fear. You're starting to feel like, oh my God, I can't believe I said this, I can't believe I did that. And and the main thing here is that today you need to believe in yourself. Today and for the rest of your days, please believe in yourself, because what people are telling you is not who you are. You have to tell yourself that you're worthy. You have to tell yourself you're amazing, and you have to tell yourself that your reaction to that action was warranted, because that is how they treated you, and then that is how you felt. And so it's okay to have felt the way that you did. And yes, it's okay to feel sad and frustrated today as well. I don't want to invalidate you and be like, guys, just let it go, like it's blah, blah, blah. You're totally, totally valid for feeling it, but I don't want you to carry this kind of energy into your future, and then for you to feel sad constantly about something that someone else has done to you, because that's energy that you are then carrying with you, which then negatively impacts the things that you're trying to do in your life. And I don't want that to get in the way of your work. I don't want that to get in the way of, happiness, joy, relationships. You know, it's sad. It's sad. You know, you don't want it to get to that level. And so with the Page of Pentacles here, it's about finding your truth and knowing that you did what you could, and you did what was right and what you felt was right in those particular moments. You took the actions that you did at that time with what you felt was correct, and with the information, the knowledge, and the resources you had, you tried to do the best you could at that very point in time. And you should be proud of yourself, because the Page of Pentacles is about nurturing yourself, honoring your truth, and not running away from yourself or being like, I can't believe I did that, and being against yourself. You need to be with yourself. You need to be the warrior, knowing that, you know what, I did my best. Not going to war with yourself, okay? This is very important. You're not going to war with yourself. You're becoming the warrior, okay? You're not becoming a warrior. You're becoming a warrior. As in warrior, as in like worry, you know? Okay. And boom, 10 of Cups. Trust me, the minute you get into that mindset that, you know what, I did my best, I held on to my truth, I did what I could, I didn't hurt anyone, I just was trying to protect myself in those moments, I was doing everything I could for me and my situation. Boom, 10 of Cups is happiness, it's fulfillment, it's joy, it's your life coming together in a way that really serves you and suits you and gives you absolute joy for your future. It is such a beautiful energy of confidence. It's a beautiful energy of joy. We have here the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Literally, love is going to flow into your life the minute you accept that, you know what, I did what I did. I hold on to my values, I hold on to my truth. And listen, there are some moments in which, you know, people can make mistakes and you may think to yourself, you know, I feel really sorry for having said a specific thing that could have been really hurtful. But I feel like you've already apologized. You know, if you've ever said something bad, you've apologized, you've tried to make things right, you know, but now you're sort of tormenting yourself or overthinking on certain things that, you know, you were kind of valid to say. And so, you know, I feel here that you have enough empathy to realize when you're actually wrong. But even in moments where you are right and you've just spoken your truth, you can be really hard on yourself. So I just wanted to say that, because yes, you know, there are moments where people can say things that are really kind of out of line and not nice, but I think you would have apologized for those kinds of things anyways. And then also with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, the minute you hold on to your truth and you realize that actually, you know what, this person treated me really, really poorly, and I don't deserve to be treated like that, and I have my own truth, and I'm not going to go to war at myself based on what someone else has done to me. I'm going to hold my power. That power comes to you in the form of love, okay? And that love just comes into your life without you having to run, chase, and expect it. That love just flows into your life. It progresses into your life. It makes you feel seen, heard, respected, and validated. You don't have to go chasing. You don't have to go running. You don't have to go soul searching for it. That's not what we see here, you know, in terms of this energy. You will just be able to feel your most confident, your most authentic self. You will feel powerful. You will feel strong. You will feel happier. You will feel motivated. And you will feel like the best and strongest version of yourself. And this is just so, so powerful and so beautiful. And I think that that is the most, the most amazing thing in this entire situation, is that I just see here, you know, a lot of confidence and a lot of movement and a lot of joy and a real sense of peace in terms of putting the pieces together and just being able to kind of realize that, okay, that's what happened and now I need to move forward. And I think that the most beautiful thing here in regards to this particular reading is that what I am picking up on and what I do see is that today is very much about bringing power to yourself in relation to ways that you may have actually blamed yourself, but actually the blame doesn't really lie within yourself. Like, what I do see is that whatever this person did to you was really awful, and actually the blame lies within themselves. And the minute you shift that energy towards yourself, this person can actually have a real recognition of what they've done towards you, and then actually come towards you properly in a way that gives you more power, gives you more peace, gives you more joy, and actually allows you to feel more confident in who you are. Because you've shifted that power to yourself, which leaves them powerless on a spiritual level. People pick up on, you know, on spiritual energy very quickly. And when that person feels powerless because they're no longer being fed your spiritual energy by you thinking and wanting them, or not even wanting them, but obsessing over the past, they then start to panic because they no longer have your energy, right? You're no longer sitting and waiting and putting your energy all towards them. You're actually pulling that energy more towards yourself, and it really makes them feel a loss. And not only that, when you pull your energy towards yourself, sure, you can feel a little bit sad from time to time, but actually that power then brings you true love. True love. It comes your way without you having to chase. It just literally, all you have to do is like be yourself, and it just comes your way. And it's like, whoa, like how did that happen? But anyways, this is your reading. If this resonates, please do like, comment down below, and do subscribe. All the information for personal services, readings, items, rituals, all that good stuff is linked down below. So please do check it out if you are interested, especially if you need a reading for me to answer questions that you have. Today is a day of taking it easy. Don't always blame yourself for things, okay? Because I feel like in this situation specifically, it's not your fault, but you have blamed yourself extensively. And I think it's time to stop with that, because today is a powerful day of bringing that power back to yourself. Of course, there's rituals, there's intention items as well. There's thousands of 5-star reviews. People have seen results with these items, rituals, and services. Everything's on shopmoonlightguidance.com and linked down below. I do also have TikTok and Instagram linked down below as well, okay?